Hey there, so today we have another review. This is a beer from Ayinger, and if I had to, obviously this year in Nevada was absolutely insane, and actually we're not really quite into October, it's like a month, we're a couple, like 3 weeks away or so from actual Oktoberfest, but anyway, I'm reviewing Oktoberfest beer. So if you had to ask me, outside the Sierra Nevada collabs, like, what do you recommend for Oktoberfest? This has to be it. At least my history, I've blind tasted this beer before as well. I believe it's relatively fresh. I mean, it says L3066, and from what I understand, the 3 should be the year, and then 66 ideally would be, I think, let me see. No, that doesn't make sense. Ideally, this was brewed in June, with the 6s. I don't know. There used to be a website that did this. I don't know if it still exists. I mean, it's hard to decipher these. But anyway, this is, from what I said, ideally fresh. Yeah, Ayinger, Oktober Fest-Märzen. You guys post comments below if you want me to do some blind battle beers with a few of the options. But, I just saw this here in Nevada. I picked that up, reviewed it for you guys. That was brand new. And then, obviously, this is my favorite one. So, I saw someone else take it off the shelf. I was like, you know what? I should grab one of these. Unfortunately, not the cheapest because it comes in 4-packs for like a full price. I think the full price is like $10, $11, $12 for a 4-pack instead of getting a 6. Not the cheapest, but Ayinger makes some damn good beer. Let's dig into this. Oktober Fest-Märzen. So, not a dark Märzen. This comes in a nice kind of, what is this, like a deep gold to light amber. Like light amber at best. Yeah, light amber is probably the deepest it goes. Yeah, deep gold to light amber. Somewhere in between there. Slightly off-white head. Just very clean fermentation profile, right? That's what you get from lagers in general. But, as you dig into it more and more, there are flavor profiles that are produced by lager yeast. You sort of like dig into the macro lagers, you see all these, once you do a little bit of sensory training, all this stuff, like, and get really, really nitty-gritty with your palate and your sensory, there's a ton of funky flavors that those macro lagers can produce. But yeah, here it's just clean. Like, clean in the sense that, like, I don't really get too much fermentation character. I just smell like, first off, it's cleanness. That's just like, it's just malt, and it's malty, but it doesn't have anything else much to it. A lot of, like, ideally, Märzen just straight malt, right? You should smell malt, but like, it's not too dominated by malt, and it's not too much dominated by other things, which is really fun. Yeah. There might be some flavor characteristics. Maybe get a little bit of like this fresh apple-y thing, though some people call it acetaldehyde. I don't think it's malt flavor at all. There's just like a little bit of fruitiness. Maybe like a little bit of like hard Bing cherries or something. Like crunchy, not like sweet cherry, just like crunchy cherry. Again, leaning towards like pitted fruit, apples, cherries. And then it's just malts for days. You get a really nice kind of fresh yeasty breadiness. Definitely not too much American in the sense of that, like, kind of like some of these Märzens turn out like solidly like deep amber, right? Almost look like red ales. Like, this is obviously like a really nice kind of like, deep gold color. It's a light amber color, but yeah, fresh baked bread, a little bit of like a rye spiciness too, but even there's no rye in here, but like almost that like rye bread kind of spiciness in there. And then a little bit of this kind of like, what else is there? Cracked grains, yeah. That's just classic German thing, like cracked fresh grains, right? Wow. So, this beer explodes with so much more flavor than the palate, right? On the nose, it's like clean, pretty, blah, blah, blah. There's so much depth of flavor. Ooh. Jeebus. For a beer that is this pale at 5.8%, it's 5.8, so that's right where Märzen's going to be. Fest beer is. So what happens here is that with the color, you're expecting maybe a little bit lighter the color and aroma. You're probably expecting a little lighter flavor, but this has impact of flavor, almost like a deeper Märzen. It's obviously not as dark. It doesn't have any of those like cocoa flavors and what is it called, like a cocoa leaning towards like pumpernickel and like darker grainy flavors. Here you don't get that. Instead, it's just the malt that you're smelling on the nose, and then you just like, sorry, you get the malts on the nose, but it's just amplified. It's just echoing. It has this almost like honeyed flavor. Like, if I had to I would offer I definitely offer the flavor of like honey in here for sure. Full blind, I would have guessed like somebody made it like some kind of honeyed lager, because like there's just complexity to the sweetness. There's big rich toasted bread notes, fresh baked bread, a little bit of this kind of like artisanal loafy bread kind of thing, right? That hard crust where you maybe like a 5-grain, where you get those what 5-grain, 12, what a grain, you know, the extra graininess that you get, the whole wheat thing. You get a whole wheat thing, a little bit of honey in here. Just like the nose, a little bit of this kind of like fruitiness. I get a little bit of like cooked apple, a little bit of unripened cherry kind of thing going on, but like crunchy cherry again, not sweet cherry. And then there's a hoppiness that also comes in here. There's tea, leaning towards like a little bit of like medium like cook, or I guess like black tea, sorry, just like a little bit of this kind of lingering black tea, a little bit of herbal character lingering on the back end. So there's a noticeable hop character in here as well, but definitely not as like bold as the Fest-Bier that Sierra Nevada did as a collab. I mean, it's just darn drinkable, right? It has really nice kind of aqueous qualities to it. I suspect the water is relatively soft on this guy. It has a nice drinkability. It has a nice impact of malt flavor, right? We're talking about flavor, but not sweetness. So it's like a lot of flavor, not too much sweetness, noticeable hoppiness. This is a delectable beer. Super dangerous too, like basically 6%, which is like a lot bigger than a lot of like standard German lagers at like 4.5%. So let's go with a solid. It's really good. I mean, that just gets a 97. 97, that's my favorite Oktoberfest, at least from my memory. Produced in Germany. You guys post in comments what your favorites are. Maybe I'll review those for you guys. Oktoberfest Ayinger. Love it. Later.